everybody, it's Brock and we got a brand new episode of All About. Thank you all for stopping by today during this holiday season. Hope y'all have been having a really good one. Today we are learning all about the Dilectis Dottyback, or as other people like to call him, the Sri Lanka Dottybacks. Jumping right into it, prices on them, you normally won't spend any more than about $35 to get one. Tank size, you need at least a 30 gallon to house one, and you definitely want a larger tank if you want to house multiple in there. Care level is super easy. Dottybacks tend to do really well about eating quick when introduced into the tank, and they're also a very hardy fish to have. So if you are a beginner and you're looking for a fish that just has some really nice colors on them, this is a really good one to get, especially that orange. Orange can be a really hard color to find on a fish. Temper, they are semi-aggressive, too aggressive. I've seen kind of both cases where some were just such bullies to other people's fish, and then other ones did, fine. They just guarded their cave. They are very territorial over the spots in the tank that they like to dwell in. They are definitely some cave dwellers, so most of the time they're in the cave, and then they come out to eat, and will swim in the open, and then they'll go back to that spot. So you'll notice whenever fish swim by that spot that they like, they will bulk up at them. Now for bigger fish, like tangs and angels, you really won't see aggression towards each other there. But for small little gobies and wrasse that swim by, chromies, you'll definitely notice them charge them a little bit harder because they know they can beat them up. Reef safe is with caution, and that's because of what they go after. They will eat bristleworms, which is great if you have a problem with that, but they will also chase your hermits and snails sometimes, and even your shrimp. So if you have like little ornamental shrimp, like sexy shrimp, and even some cleaner shrimp have even been victims of these guys. So you definitely want to be careful with what's down there, cleaning up your tank, because sometimes if this guy gets hungry, they'll see those as snacks. Temperature, you want to keep it 72 to 78, DKH 8 to 12, pH 8.1 to 8.4, and your salinity 1.020 to 1.025. Keep all those in check, you'll be really good. Max size, they get about 3 inches, so not a large fish, a great one to have in your tank. Colors on them, it's really nice, bright orange face, fading into this dark blue, almost black body on the end of them. So they are a very eye-catching fish, and they're super fast swimming around the tank, so they'll definitely catch your eye whenever you're watching them. Diet, they are carnivores, so you want to make sure you're feeding them some good stuff. Frozen is one of my favorites. I like to get those little frozen cubes like mysis and brine shrimp. They will love those. Also, if they are a little shy and they're staying deep in their cave at the beginning, pellets are a really good one to try to get them to come out and eat, because those will float down fast to their cave and they'll fall right in front of their face where they're hiding. And so that'll help them eat those until they get comfortable enough to swim out in the open and eat what you're actually feeding them. Origin, they do come from Indonesia and of course Sri Lanka, where they get their name from. Compatibility, just ask. I would recommend a larger tank if multiple species are kept together. You can have multiple different Dottybacks in a tank, but you want to have a larger tank. So, pretty much got a 30 gallon, you'll have one in there. You end up having like a 60 gallon, you could probably end up with 2 in there. And then from then on, you end up having like a 100 gallon, you could probably have 3. So just kind of go by 30 gallons per Dottyback. Will keep you in a safe margin so they're not being aggressive towards each other. If you are wondering about having a pair of them, you can, if you can find a pair, but they will have to be introduced into the tank at the same time. For the tank itself, you definitely want to make sure you have lots of live rock in there with plenty of caves to swim in the front and in the back of the tank, as they do like to jump around from cave to cave, swimming around looking for different bristleworms in there and just kind of scavenge around in the back. And also they can be very shy at the beginning, so you'll want to have spots he can get in and be comfortable until he's able to come out and be out in the open for you. Other than that, that pretty much hits on everything you need to know about the Dottyback. They are really great to have if you're a beginner and you want a really pretty fish, or if you're an expert and you're just looking for something new to have. They are very, very fun to watch, but they can be aggressive towards other fish, so watch what you put them with. A lot of times they actually do good in those fish only with live rock tanks that just have, big fish like tangs and angels and puffers and different things like that. They'll do really good in there because they can hold their own, but they're also not going to bully your other fish. They are with caution on the reef, so just make sure they're not going to mess with your corals, but those other little inverts that you have running around the tank, you can see those as snacks, so just be careful before putting them in there. If y'all do have any other additional questions, please leave them down below in the comments or reach out to me on social media. If you're wondering if he'd be a good fit for your tank, I'd love to help you out. Make sure to like and subscribe to this video. And don't forget to check out Dream Team Forever. We got those new All About shirts out there for y'all. Get them for the holiday season for you and your family. Hope everyone has a wonderful holiday season, and I will see y'all later. This video is sponsored by Dream Team Forever. This clothing brand is operated and owned by Brock himself, and he has those new All About tees that will be great for the holiday season for you and your family. Make sure to go check them out and get a couple for yourself. Happy holidays!